All right, and our next speaker is Michelle Lucas, who is the founder and president of Higher Orbit.
Good afternoon. It is really great to be back here. We were here about a year ago. It was a little bit colder than it is hopefully going to be this week last year. I'm Michelle. I'm with Higher Orbits. We are a 501c3 nonprofit that uses spaceflight as a way to get students more engaged in science, technology, engineering, and math. While doing that, we also work on their teamwork, leadership, and communication skills, and I think you're going to see that is very apparent with the group that we have here today. We hold a program called Go for Launch, where for multiple days, students in grades 8 through 12 can compete to have their science ideas flown to the International Space Station. We pick winners from various events, and the overall series winner gets to have their experiment launched to space and carried out. They'll get the data back, analyze it, and work with scientists to make sure that it is really well analyzed and collated and all that. But I'm not going to tell you about the science, because the reality is I don't know much about this. This topic is something that is near and dear to these students' hearts. Every experiment we've had has been different. This is our 7th different experiment that has flown to space, and as such, we've had 7 different, very unique experiments, and there's no way I could know enough about all of them. So I'm going to turn it over to the experts. We have 3 of the team members here from the 5. We have Ryan, Spencer, and Tarun, who are here. If you could show the picture real quick, we'll see the picture of all 5 team members. The other 2 will be here for a launch, but they were kind of busy with school today. But for now, I'm going to hand it over to these gentlemen.
Hi. We want to preface our conversation today with a big thank you to Michelle, Space Tango, Higher Orbits, and our families for all their support throughout this entire process. We couldn't have been here on this stage without their help. Now, with that being said, hi everyone, I'm Spencer.
I'm Tarun.
And I'm Ryan. Along with our fellow teammates Abby Maltese and George Tang, we were the members of Team Waffle, the winners of the Cygnus Series Go for Launch competition.
So you guys are all probably wondering how we got to where we are right now. So this endeavor started in early February when we attended the Go for Launch event at the headquarters of Northrop Grumman Innovation Systems. Over the course of 2 days, students formed teams of 4 to 5, competed in a series of STEM-oriented challenges, such as the Adhesiveless Construction Challenge, listened to lectures given by former astronauts and many professionals, enjoyed snacks of all varieties, and polished up on their research and presentation skills.
All the students who participated in this event, while doing all of those many different tasks, also formulated, created, designed, elevator pitched, and presented an experiment with the main focus being the effects of microgravity. This was all to achieve the end goal of having that experiment put on the International Space Station.
Now for some information on our actual experiment. Our investigation concerns the effects of microgravity and low Earth orbit conditions on the basic principles of self-healing polymers, and, well, specifically a self-healing concrete. These materials have the ability to mend themselves without external diagnosis or human intervention. The concrete in our experiment functions using spore-laden bacteria colonies and a chemical healing solution.
We believe that the microgravity will influence these bacteria in a way that could increase the efficiency of their healing process or calcification process. It could also affect the structure of the calcification produced. And we believe that this could all be done without any influence of an astronaut.
So we believe that there are several applications for these self-healing concretes in the future of aerospace and space exploration. Now, one of these applications is the creation of structures on other planets. The self-healing properties of these concretes make it such that less time is necessary in order to repair structures such as microfractures and other small damages.
Another application for self-healing materials as a whole would be for a material that could be used on vehicles that normally take a lot of small damages, microfractures, such as a replacement for the space shuttle.
We hope that our experiment is able to shed some light on the nuances of self-healing materials in microgravity. We hope that it expands the research of other self-healing materials in microgravity conditions, and it spurs the application, the discovery of the applications of self-healing materials in other fields as well.
We'd like to say one last thank you to Michelle, Higher Orbits, and everyone who's helped us throughout this process. We will now take questions.
And with that, we will start taking questions. We'll begin with any questions here in the room.
Tom Hench, Bayside Studio, do you see any possible correlation with the first presenters talking about the 3D printing and what you're doing?
As it would happen, we never planned any of this. Yeah, it just happened that way. There's also another experiment concerning concrete where they're seeing how concrete forms. That was completely unplanned too. It just sort of happened that way. Just pure coincidence.
Doug Money, Space IT Bridge. To follow up on that point you had, so your experiment is independent of what's happening at Penn State with a concrete fly. Do you plan to maybe do some mini workshop or brain share or something with them in the future?
So we've just learned about the Penn State science. We are in process of signing some MOUs with various universities to help these brilliant young minds further analyze the data, because while they've got a lot going on, having some scientists who've been working on it a little bit longer might be helpful. So yes, we are always open to collaborations, and we are collaborating for all of our previous experiments as well with universities and researchers. So yes, as they get busy with school, we're going to make them even busier with all the extra.
And any further questions in the room? All right, well, thank you very much for being with us.